Hello and welcome to The Telescope. Every week we'll bring you a fresh insight from the biggest car market in the world. Today we're on the launch of the Li Auto L7, the 5-seater version of the L9. We have reviewed the L9 on this channel before. If you haven't watched that review, click the link in the top right hand corner of the screen to have a look, because the L7 shared the same powertrain, LiDAR, autonomous driving chips and the same digital cockpit setup. And having just driven the L7 to this location, I can report that dynamically the L7 feels identical to the L9 as well. Yes, it's a 5-seater SUV, but it's still well over 5 meters long. You can make a decent 3-row SUV out of that not too long ago. So, as a result, the space in the second row is, well, this is bigger than a long wheelbase Range Rover. I'm 5'11" and yeah, this is a very comfortable space, and this car starts from just $52,000. That is the price in China, somewhere around the BMW X7, Audi Q5 and the Mercedes GLC, and you certainly get a lot more car for your money. Pretty compelling, right? The only point against the L7 I would say is that if you live in a densely populated area and relies heavily on the mechanical multi-story parking spaces, then this is out. The X3, Q5 and GLC fits just. I used to think that compatibility is a very important thing, but recently I'm told that those double-decker parking only exists in megacities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou and Shenzhen. So for everyone else, you should be fine. And before you accuse Chinese manufacturers always make oversized cars, I would just like to remind you that it is this, the China-only BMW extended wheelbase X5, that first invented this 5-meter 5-seater SUV category. If the existence of this car is news to you, we should perhaps get this car onto the Telescope one day. I digress. The L7 is a very simple car to review, especially having just reviewed the L9. When I first heard the existence of this car, I feared that it would be an afterthought because this is the cheapest car of the range. But no, Li Auto did a really thorough job with it, all the way down to the rear mega casting body structure, to eke out every last millimeter of space, to push the rear door opening just a bit further back so ingress and egress gets easier. So what do you lose out compared to the L9? Well, not that much actually. The screens are now LCD instead of OLED. You lose the 10-point seat massage, you lose the fridge, and you lose the foldable table here. The rear light now is separated by the rear-facing autonomous driving camera, so there's no shark fin. That's all. I really don't think you're losing out that much, and you save nearly $20,000 with it. So ask yourself, do you really need a 3-row SUV? Really? When the 5-seater is this big and this comfortable? If not, then this L7 is a brilliant choice. If yes, then go straight to the L9, because in terms of space, the L8 is a pretty compromised car. If you have passenger in the third row, in the L8, your second row will be a bit cramped as well. So the L7 is a true 2-row SUV, and the L9 is the true 3-row SUV. Another point I want to raise, rumors suggest that a coil spring version of the L7 will be released. This car now is on air suspension. That version could be even cheaper, probably by another $3,000 to $4,000. And if you care about driving, I think that is the version to buy. If you watched the L9 review, you may have noticed that I don't really like the dynamics of this generation Li Auto products, but that steel spring version could be an exception. It won't be sportier, but by having that mechanical link to the road, it will be more honest in its chassis response. It won't try to pretend that those manhole covers doesn't exist. So keep an eye out for the coil spring version. That is all from the Telescope today. If you enjoyed this video, keep watching, keep subscribing. More videos like this coming up very soon.